You're fat, your legs are out of shape, you're ugly, no one likes you, you stand out, you're awkward, you don't know how to eat right, you're not worthy, you walk funny. These are all the types of things I used to say to myself. I used to be horribly mean to myself. I didn't allow myself, quite literally, to do anything. I would self-punish until I was a size, weight, or a look. I always felt so out of place. When I hated myself most is when I was anorexic. Food was the enemy, and I starved myself down, and I flunked the 10th grade, and my parents were too busy in their own lives of misery to really know what was going on. I don't even think they know everything. I carried a lot of guilt and shame with me for a long, long, long time. And society taught me, or I learned, it was okay to feel those things and to say those things out loud and to myself. Saying things in kindness didn't feel right, it felt fake. And when we started to lose everything later on in life, and I gained 150 pounds and became broke and homeless, rock bottom had so many different levels and layers that I had no idea. They just kept coming. Like, the hits kept coming, and we found out who our friends and family were, which wasn't a lot. People would kick you when they were down. They would take credit for any success that you've had. I let people define me and who I was. And that was really hard. It was really hard to find myself. Until one day I decided that my body believed in me so much, even when I didn't believe in myself, that it did whatever it needed to do. And if that meant binge eating at the time to get through it, so be it. Because healthy foods and a healthy lifestyle hurt. And I remember I was standing there about 330 pounds. I said, you know what? Enough. Just forgive yourself. I forgave and I gave thanks to myself and to my body. I was freaking awesome. And all of the stuff on the outside that had happened didn't define me. I didn't hate myself. And when I gave myself forgiveness and I gave thanks, things started to change, but it felt weird at first. But it was like this burden was lifted off of me. Forgiveness takes away pain and shame, but it takes practice. And just because maybe we've gained a lot of weight or we struggle in our journey, sometimes it's because we're focusing on the wrong things. We're focusing on the scale. We're focusing on a size. We're focusing on an event. It's about us and our health and how we feel on the inside. And if we take the focus off of those things and start putting it back into self-forgiveness, that has to happen first before we can learn from our failures. When I look back, I'm really grateful for all the things that I went through, and it's from my failures that I learned so much. They were so painful at the time. But now if you ask me if I were going to change anything, I wouldn't change a thing, because I would be here on YouTube talking to you about this right now. My life wouldn't be where it is right now. I learned that failure was really a part of my success. And I had to learn to, through forgiveness, to look at a failure and go, what can I learn from this? What did I learn from this? Sometimes the answer was immediate. Sometimes it wouldn't show up till years later. But what it helped me avoid was, well, I screwed up now. Think about Halloween candy, right? Like, you've been working really hard in your fitness and you're focusing on one of those goals, a date, a scale, a size, and you have one. You're like, well, I had one, so I've blown it now, so I'm just going to go ahead and keep eating it. I'm going to eat the whole bag. I'm going to eat so much of it until I'm on the verge of vomiting. That's how I used to do it. And it was just like, screw this. I've screwed up. I'm going to keep going. I'll start again on Monday. I'll start again on Monday. I'll start again the next Monday. And I would eat all these foods, intentionally gorging myself to numb myself to what was going on in my life, and just be willing to start again on Monday with no tools to be able to do that. It wasn't until I learned self-forgiveness that I was able to stop that spiral, because through self-forgiveness, I discovered self-awareness. And self-awareness is that thing that goes, you know what? You had a candy. Probably doesn't feel so good, does it? No, doesn't feel so good. But when I do really well, like in the eating and things like that for my health, that actually feels really good. Yeah, I like that feeling a lot better. And so you know what? I'm going to go ahead and just forgive myself on this and let it go. It's not giving myself permission. It's just like forgiving myself that it happened and letting it go. And I keep progressing my journey. It's like falling off track, dusting yourself off, and keep moving forward. That's how I'm able to maintain my motivation and my willpower, by understanding that I'm human and that I make mistakes and they don't define me. I forgive myself and I move on. It's a vicious cycle. Super vicious. People will say, I'm so much better at being hypercritical of myself and the different parts of my body and things like that, and I won't be successful if I'm not hypercritical of myself. How's that worked for you so far? Because for me, it didn't work at all. My life, my changes, everything you've been following, and the motivation and the willpower that comes, that you see me have, that looks like it comes so easy, it doesn't. I actually have to work really hard at it. We all do. All of that comes from learning to be supportive and kind to myself. There is research that proves that self-forgiveness leads to better accountability and success than being hypercritical of yourself. It's amazing. It literally feels like you're taking millions of pounds off of your chest and your back. And by just being kind to yourself and forgiving yourself, you are more likely to stay on that road to your journey to fit and more likely to hold yourself accountable than any time you've spoken unkind or been critical of yourself. Until next week, you guys.